From an operational risk perspective, the couple of areas that I'd highlight as real risks and growing risks are, one, the treasury function and how hedge funds think about thoughtfully and efficiently managing their collateral in a world that continues to evolve in terms of the tri-party structure and other participants in terms of trust banks entering the picture.
A lot of the reporting that's required really is going to create a consolidation in the industry where the larger managers who can afford the infrastructure that's required are going to grow at the expense of smaller managers who really can't afford the infrastructure requirements associated with compliance.
I'd also say that cybersecurity is a topic that you can't have a session with hedge funds about without digging into the risks around cybersecurity and things that we haven't necessarily seen yet. We know the risks are there, but how do we manage to protect ourselves against them, and how do we have a plan to ensure that we respond to them thoughtfully if and when they happen?
Well, I think all of the hedge funds, whether they're small or large, need to be able to adapt. I think some of the things we've done, we've continued to focus on increasing our risk management tools and our resources and our people. We've continued to allocate more to our compliance professionals so that we are able to properly navigate a more challenging market environment.
So that making sure your systems are completely compliant with regulatory standards, making sure there is an attitude within the firm of open transparency, making sure that there are constant surveillance between the actions of individual employees and the actions of the firm.
Over in risk management, always being ahead of the curve in terms of our systems development, in terms of our analytics approach, in terms of the analysis that we do, in terms of communicating the risks to our clients once we've properly calibrated that internally.
The most complicated areas for operations really are less liquid, level 3 securities that require valuation committees, and really third-party input from consulting firms or accounting firms in terms of valuation, validation, and third-party, consultation.
It's the 150 professionals at the firm that operate at the highest level of integrity, understand our compliance protocol, understand how to conduct themselves in the marketplace and with our clients, and do it with best practices. And so making sure that we're all fully integrated and all marching to that same beat.
The greatest challenges for hedge fund managers over the next few years are many. I think one is performance. You hear it over and over again, but generating differentiated, uncorrelated alpha is not getting easier, it's getting harder, one. Two, retaining and incentivizing people as the war for talent intensifies, not just within hedge funds, but across many, many industries. And then third is adapting to the new environment from a regulatory perspective, which some hedge funds have done quite adeptly, and I think some are still figuring out and struggling with.
The future for the hedge fund industry looks very promising and in fact reflects the macro trends we've seen. I don't see anything that's going to reverse that trend. In fact, within the last 12 months, surveys have indicated, if anything, that trend is actually increasing.